Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the projected lineups for tonight's first preseason game versus the New Jersey Devils. I'm going to look over the 4 forward lines and the defensive pairings. Going to talk about what that means for tonight and what that may mean for this season as well. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So for our first line, we have Owen Beck in the center with Mike Hoffman on the side and Cole Caufield on the other side. Now, this is something I'm very excited to see because them putting Owen Beck as their first center for tonight, obviously there's missing notable NHL players, but that's just showing that they already trust him with first line minutes, and I can't wait to see what he does with it. As well, he's going to be next to Cole Caufield and Mike Hoffman. So seeing what him and Caufield may be able to do together is very exciting to think about. Now, with Hoffman on the side, that's an interesting to think about because does this mean that they're looking to put Hoffman on a lineup with Caufield this season? Because we know Hoffman is very good when it comes to scoring. That's pretty much the only skill he has. So having him on a line with Caufield would really stack up the scoring touch. So yeah, it's just a thought. Maybe them putting Hoffman on the first line with Caufield is what they're planning to do for the rest of the season. Who knows? It could just be for tonight. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Now moving on to the second line, which is also quite exciting. It's Rem Pitlick with Kirby Dach and none less than juraj Slafkovsky. Now, this is the first time we're going to see Slafkovsky in an actual game with NHL players and an NHL caliber. And he's going to be playing on a line with Kirby Dach and Rem Pitlick. Now, Rem Pitlick and Kirby Dach demonstrated some decent chemistry together during the camp. They played a couple times together, and I think they played on the same team during the scrimmages, and there was a lot of positives that came out of them playing together. So adding juraj Slafkovsky onto that lineup may be great for him, and I can't wait to see what that happens. What I like about this line is just everything that comes together with these 3 players. We have Kirby Dach, who's a big center who makes a lot of plays, and then we have Rem Pitlick, who's a fast skater and very creative, and then you have juraj Slafkovsky, who's also big, loves to create plays, and just drives the offense. So I think this trio could really surprise people and could really add some scoring touch to the Montreal Canadiens. Now for the third line, we have Raphael Harvey-Pinard, centered by Filip Mesar, and on the right we have Anthony Richard. I'm very happy to see Raphael Harvey-Pinard be put on a line with Filip Mesar. I think these 2 players have quite opposite play styles, but at the same time they would complement each other very well, if that makes sense. Now on the right we have Anthony Richard. Although he's been having a very good camp, I just wish that it was Ylonen instead. Now don't get me wrong, Richard has been playing very well, and Ylonen will get his chance this preseason. There's no question. But I think a line of Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Filip Mesar, and Ylonen would just be a great line and very exciting to watch. But even without Ylonen, I still think this third line will be something special to watch tonight. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Now moving on to the fourth line. We have a line of Michael Pezzetta, Jean Misak, and Joshua Roy. Now I'm kind of surprised to see Joshua Roy on the fourth line. I'd expect him to be maybe third at least, but either way, it's just a preseason game. There's not much behind it, But I guess once you look at the other forwards that were placed ahead of him, it makes sense. But yeah, this line is pretty special. We have Michael Pezzetta, who we know is a fourth line player, and Misak, who could be one of our possible third line centers or fourth line center in the future. That's kind of what he's made out to be, right? And then we have Joshua Roy, who's someone who's projected to be at most, like a top 6 forward. So putting these 3 together, it's a little weird of a combination, but I see how it could work, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. Out of those 3 players, I think only Michael Pezzetta will get NHL time this year. I don't think Misak is ready yet, and Joshua Roy, I think they're going to let him, marinate a little more, get more development going, let him keep getting better and better, and then maybe next year he'll get some shots, but for now, I think these guys are just enjoying the ride, But yeah, let's get into the defense. For our first pairing, I like what I see. We have Michael Matheson with Justin Barron. And I don't know if this is what they're just trying to test out to see if it could work during the season, but I'm not opposed to it. Now, Michael Matheson is new on the team. He hasn't played yet. He came from Pittsburgh, but he's a left-handed veteran, and he's going to be playing next to our youngster, Justin Barron. So I'm wondering if this is just a combination just for tonight, or like I said, they're testing it out, and it could be a possibility to carry out into the season. And for our second defensive pairing, this is where it gets quite interesting, and this is arguably my favorite lineup / pairing of the team for today. And that's Kaiden Guhle next to Jordan Harris. Now, you may be saying, oh, they're both left-handed. Well, Jordan Harris actually has been practicing on the right because we have a lot of lefties, and he's been playing quite well on the right, which is great for the organization because you have someone that could play both sides. So I think they're going to test out having Jordan Harris next to Kaiden Guhle, see if that's a potential fit for the team. If not, they could still work around. They have a lot of options to roll the bench, but I think this could be a possible pairing for opening night. And for the third defensive pairing, we have Fairbrother and Norlinder. Now, I don't see these two making the team. Maybe Norlinder has a chance. He demonstrated some good skill, and he played some good games during the Prospect Challenge. Same for Fairbrother, but I really don't think these guys are going to make the team. But having them as a third pairing for tonight looks like a pretty promising and solid duo. But yeah, I think what's special about the defense is that I think what they're doing is they're creating lineups and they're seeing what works best, so what they could actually implement into the season. Because for the forwards, obviously most players won't be there. Like for example, Owen, Beck, Filip, Mesar, Joshua Roy, all these players, they're probably not going to actually play because there's way too many forwards. But defense, there's a lack of defense. So I think it's interesting to see what they move around, who they move around, and what lineups they make, because we could actually be seeing those guys play in real time. And for tonight's goalies, we just have Jake Allen in net and Caden Primo backing him out. Nothing too special there. But with all that being said, those are the lineups for today. So be sure to check out the first game of the preseason tonight. I'll probably make a review video tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.